morning, everybody. Welcome back to another setup video. Today is Friday, June 25th. It is about almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my way to school for setup day 5. So what is happening today? I'm actually first going to stop at Target on my way to school. If you saw my last vlog, need one more black book bin for organizing my leveled readers, or not my leveled readers, my shared read alouds for my reading curriculum. So I need one more black bin, so I'm gonna see if I can find one at the Target that's close to my school. If not, we'll try again another day. And then I'm gonna head to my school after I go there. And then today's big task is going to be to organize my math curriculum. Now, I know that I said that before, but I mean this time like the curriculum, not just the manipulatives. So we use Bridges at my school, and I used Bridges before. I've used it for 2 years now, and so I understand it has a lot of stuff to it. It has a lot of components to it, and so I have a way that I like to organize it because it kept it really organized and easy to find for me. So I want to do the same thing in my new classroom. So I have my entire filing cabinet is just filled with files. I've only really looked at one drawer because once I opened that one drawer, I got scared to open the rest. So I know that the one drawer though is Bridges, and I want to keep it that way. So I'm going to organize that kind of stuff today, put all of the units in folders and the workplaces in folders, which are our centers, I guess, for math, and just kind of go through all of that so that I have an understanding of where things are, because there are so many different components and parts and pieces to Bridges. So that's the big job for today. I also have a car, I wouldn't say full of stuff, but pretty packed with stuff. The trunk and my back seat both have some things, so I'll be taking things in and out. Brought my wagon because it's super helpful. And that's really going to be our day. I don't have anything else to do today, so I can stay as long as I really want to and feel like I need to, and I'm okay with that. So that's how we're spending our Friday today. It's going to be a really fun weekend. I have my family, well, not my whole family, but my mom and my one sister are coming to visit, so I'm excited to get to spend some time with them. So I hope to not stay at school for super long today, so that I can get home and make sure that I clean and get stuff ready for them since they're coming tomorrow morning. So I want to make sure I have time for that. I need to do laundry and stuff too. So we'll spend as much time as we can at school today, and then we will head home after that. So I am going to talk to you guys when we get to either Target or school. So I just got to school. I brought in a wagon full with me. There's still a couple more things out in the car, but I'm going to wait a few minutes until I go get them. I'm going to unload this first, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put the things away that are in my wagon, not just unload it, actually put them away, and then we'll see what we do next. So this is what my classroom looks like. If you missed my last vlogs, this is where we have left off. Besides this cart, I just brought this in. This is the state of the room. the teacher before me left all of these anchor charts, which are really helpful. They're labeled for the units and the lessons, and it's awesome. But I've been struggling with trying to figure out where to store them because they're kind of too long for the cabinets, and also they just kind of like roll around in there. So I decided to hang some string. I just took some white yarn, attached it to both sides of the back of my like rolling easel here, and they have these bins on the bottom, which I don't know what I'm going to use for, so I figured I could use some of them for anchor charts. So as I get more, I'll just slide them on in. But I just put 3 pieces of string because they're all different heights, and so some of them like needed an extra support, but now I can move this around and they don't fall over, and I think it's going to work really well. So I just moved all the books that were on this bookshelf over to these 3 shelves and took my supplies off of the shelves because I think I want to swap them. That way the kids have access to the like manipulatives, like the magnetic letters and those kinds of things that I have in some of those bins, and I'd rather them have access to them and not these. And also these books, they were right next to my library, and I don't want the kids taking these books, mistaking them for what they can take from our classroom library, so I felt that it was better to put it out of their reach. Alright, it's about 12 o'clock now. I have been doing lots and lots of really random things, but I'm very happy with how my room's turning out right now. I think that it looks so good and just so clean and organized. It's making me so happy. I still have not gone back out to my car yet, so I think what I'm going to do now is take the wagon. I have some things in the wagon that I like took here and then decided I don't want here, so I'm going to go put them back in the car and then grab more stuff from the car and bring it in. Hopefully I should only need like one more trip, and then hopefully that should be it. After that, I'm probably going to get ready to head home. There's not a whole lot more that I need to do. I don't know. I just feel really good about what is here. I need to make a list before I go of all the things that I want to make, like labels and signs and posters and stuff like that, so that I can have that ready for the next time that I come, and I can go ahead and put them up and yeah, get the walls decorated. I'll show you really quickly what I've done today though. I have rearranged and rearranged these bookshelves 10,000 times. I think that I'm going to keep it this way now though. I put all of these extra reading, these are like our shared reading texts, so we use these with our curriculum, and I wanted them out of the way of the kids so that they didn't mistake them for the books that they can grab from the library. The teacher before me or somebody really nicely labeled everything, so I just literally transferred everything from the bookshelf they were on over here. And then up here I kind of re-binned some things. So these are all like things that are mine, like teacher stuff that I don't want the kids necessarily having access to. And you can't see it because I moved the desks in front of the bookshelf, but I moved all the stuff that the kids can have access to over onto that bookshelf. So like most supplies and just like fun manipulatives and reading things and magnets and all that. I also worked on my library a bit, so I put books into bins. There is no rhyme or reason as to what bin has what book in it right now, but I just kind of wanted the boxes off the floor, so that will be a project for another day, is to actually go through and label bins and categorize books and stuff, but for right now, I just have them sitting on here, and I do have some more books outside that I'm gonna go grab. I did start going through my math drawer in my filing cabinet, which I told you was my big job for today. I will say the teacher before me actually did a really nice job of organizing things, so there wasn't much to do, which made me super happy. So all I started doing was going through and double checking that the correct things were in there, and then I started labeling each folder. So I'm home now, as you can see. I did not end up bringing in the rest of the stuff from the car, which I'm sad that I didn't do, but I walked all the way back out there and I was like, I really just don't feel like going back in. As you can see, I'm quite tired. So it's fine though. There was only a couple things left in my car, so I will just take them again next time. But before I left, I did make a list on my phone of some of the labels that I need to make. So I will do them and then I'll bring them next time I go. I love labeling things, and I think that it really makes a classroom. It makes all the difference in a classroom, especially if you teach younger kids and you put pictures on labels, and then they can help themselves be a little bit more independent with knowing where things go. Honestly, for me, it helps me figure out where things go because I often forget what is in my classroom and where things are stored. So I think labels are a huge game changer. Hi guys, so it's actually maybe a week or so later now. I am back in my classroom. It is a Friday morning actually right now. I am here to prep some things for my team for math. I am in charge of math for this year, like planning and prepping and all that. We all take a subject or multiple subjects and plan everything, prep everything for the entire team, so it makes the year go so much smoother, and it's just easier to take on less subjects that way. This is why I've missed being on a team. So I'm here to do that this morning, but I wanted to show you some of the things that I've done in my classroom since the last time I talked to you guys. I think I came in one time between the last time I vlogged and now, so a few things have changed. So one of the big things that I worked on was my library. So you can see that everything right now is labeled with a green sticky note. That's because I have not put my actual labels on yet. I was trying to decide where I wanted things and what bins would fit different categories. So I have like leveled readers on this shelf, and then over here, this shelf and this shelf are going to all be like categories, different types of books. So I had to I got another one of these white bins, which I'm so upset because I forgot to bring it today, and I really wanted to bring it today, but I do have another big white dish bin. These are just going to be like extra picture books, but I have like Pete the Cat, my seasons, Mo Willems books, animal books. Same with over here, it just continues. I got a couple more pink bins to replace these three, but I still need one more. I think I only got two, so I need to get one more still. But that's kind of the plan over here, is to have pink and white bins. So then these are the supply shelves and like the stuff that the kids can access. I need to put labels on all of those. My math shelf has not really changed. Something that has changed though is that I put out my desks. I'm not sure this is how they'll stay. This was just kind of like the first thing that I could come up with to get the desks away from the side of the room because I needed to get to those bookshelves. We'll see if this works. With 28 desks in here, it's gonna be tight, so there are not many configurations that I can do. So having big table groups like this might be the way that I have to go. I might be able to split up like this one, maybe this one, so that they're in like two smaller groups, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I do have some room that they can kind of shift back a little bit, but I don't know. I want to have nice clear walking paths in the classroom as well, so that the kids can easily access their cubbies, they can get to the back of the room. Up here, I plan on having a like sitting area on the floor for the kids to come so we can have like number corner discussions. So I wanted to leave enough room up here on the floor that I could also fit 28 bodies on the floor. So that's kind of where we're at with figuring out desks. Something else that I did the last time I was here was I went through and got all of the workbooks that I've been given out, and I labeled them all with the numbers. So each cubby, I just put them in the cubbies. Each cubby has a handwriting book. This is just an extra handwriting book. And then a number corner book and a math workbook, the Bridges book. So those are the ones that we have right now. So everybody has those. So I think what I'm gonna start doing is going through my library and putting labels on the bins that I have labels for, just so I can see which ones I need to make. That way I can do that before I come in next time. I'm gonna get that done and kind of clean up a couple of my spaces that have stuff all over them. Then I'll get started on the math things. finished setting up most of the way my number corner. If you're not familiar with number corner, this is a part of our Bridges math curriculum. It's like a whole separate, it's like calendar time, but on steroids. Like it's calendar time, but it includes so much math. It's very rigorous, and it's more than just what's the day of the week, what's today, and what's the month kind of thing. So this is like the setup for September. So I still have to fill in cards and stuff in some of these pocket charts. But this is kind of, I just wanted to see how much room I had and if I needed to move anything around. But I think it's gonna work out well. So I put up everything. It even goes onto this wall. This pocket chart is part of it too. So I set this whole thing up. I also spent most of today organizing part of our math curriculum. Like I said, that's my job for this year. So this is my bin, and then my teammates' bins are over here. And I worked today on labeling each week of the school year, and then also putting in our centers. So these are all folders with centers. They're not completely finished. Mine are finished because they were actually already done for me when I came here, but I need to help the other teachers get all the things that they need into their folders. So I put the folders into their weeks, but I still have to go back through and figure out what each of the folders needs in them. So that took up most of my time today. I ran out of folders, which is why I stopped, but I did start going ahead and just putting the labels, or making the labels, so that when I get new folders, I can just put them right on and then find their week. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I know it was a little choppy with me splitting up the days, but it's time to go home. My fiance and I are actually heading to my parents' house tonight for the 4th of July. My grandparents flew in, my other grandfather drove down, my sisters are there, so I'm excited to go see them. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.